Good morning and welcome to week 7 and chapter 7. Chapters keep coinciding with the weeks. It works out pretty nicely, huh? This week we are talking about blowing the whistle. We're talking about whistleblowers. I'm sure you've heard that term before. A whistleblower. Someone who blows the whistle on something that is happening that shouldn't be happening. Our learning objectives this week, we are going to explain the term whistleblower, though I think we know it, and distinguish between internal and external whistleblowers. Because while most tend to be internal, there are external whistleblowers. Understand the different motivations of a whistleblower. What would motivate you to be a whistleblower? It's a hard thing to do because when you blow the whistle, chances are you're going to end up losing your job. And is that a chance you're willing to take? Again, we're going to talk about this from the ethical perspective. And then we're going to evaluate the possible consequences, which I just mentioned, of ignoring the concerns of a whistleblower. So we're going to talk about the consequences of blowing the whistle, the negative consequences, and the negative consequences of blowing the whistle and the negative consequences of not blowing the whistle, shall we say. Recommend how to build internal policies to address the need for a whistleblower. Most organizations will have a code of ethics, and they'll also have a hotline if you want to talk about the code of ethics, talk about a violation of the code of ethics. Analyze the possible risks involved in becoming a whistleblower. So we are going to, that's what the chapter is about, and we're going to be talking about it from the ethical perspective of blowing the whistle, and also the legal perspective of it, but also the negative and the positive consequences that are involved. The book does, as you go through the book, you will it actually has a section on when is whistleblowing ethical? When is whistleblowing unethical? Okay. It talks a little bit about some whistleblowers from history. Karen Silkwood, you might remember the Meryl Streep movie with Silkwood, about Karen Silkwood. Some others in the past. One I wanted to let me bring up the screen here. Probably the most recent one I can think of, I'm going to bring it over here, is Edward Snowden. You should be very familiar with his name. He blew the whistle on the NSA back 2013. So that one is a decade old, but probably the most recent. Maybe not the most recent, but the most recent really large one that was really focused upon in the news. We're going to talk about some things such as addressing, as I mentioned, addressing the needs of whistleblowers. Does your organization have a whistleblower hotline? Is that something, would you know within your organization where to go, what to do, if you wanted to blow the whistle, so to speak? It's definitely something to know what to do if something is unethical is happening. Where would you go? What would you do? Hopefully you never put it into such a dramatic situation, but you never know. And there are smaller ethical considerations that you might need to blow the whistle on. So this week we're digging deep into whistleblowers, what it means to blow the whistle, the consequences, negative and positive, of doing so. I wanted to open up the materials and resources section for you. As a reminder, these are always here for you, give you some supplemental activities. We have our PowerPoints in here. There is more information. That shifted. There is more information on Edward Snowden in here for you. citizen for more and more on Edward Snowden again. As I mentioned, he's probably not necessarily the most recent whistleblower, but the most recent that made such a big headline in the news. So I really hope... Oh, also, it's week 7, so the college will be closed for the Thanksgiving holiday on Thursday. The college itself will be closed actually on Thursday, Friday, and Monday of week 8. So you won't be seeing me on campus those days. I want to wish you a very wonderful holiday long weekend. If you celebrate the holiday, if you're heading home to be with family, I hope you have safe travels, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful long weekend, holiday weekend with your family. And I'll see you in week 8.